So Gary has been here a bunch of times. He's always entertaining.
Well,
You are.
setting me up, buddy. Setting me
Hey,
up.
you know, we got a high bar here, you know. No, Gary Bialy just does some great monologues, and it's always fun.
Today I'm doing a little different.
So
just
you
sort of-
are, okay.
Yeah, off the cuff a little
Cool.
bit. I love coming here because it's people really just expressing themselves, and I've found that lately I've had these interesting interactions with people where you just sort of want to make a connection with somebody. And I was at Costco yesterday, and I was getting ready to putting my stuff away. I know, right? You hate it, but it's great in some respects. And there was this huge truck. I was parked way in the back, and it was the biggest truck I've ever seen. This huge white 18-wheeler, but it just seemed even bigger than usual. So I was standing right near the guy, and you know, in those huge cabs, they're way up high. And I walked up to the guy. I said, "Excuse me." I said, "Is this the biggest truck there is? Or are there bigger trucks?" He said, "As a matter, this is a 51-footer, but they go to 55 feet." He said, "But with the front, the cab, it's about 72 feet or 73 feet. And it said Stockton, California on it." And I said, "Where are you from?" He said, "California." I said, "You drove here from California?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Wow." And I found it so interesting. And he basically, I said, "What is that like, kind of?" And he said, "Well, I'm going to make a turn and try to see if I can go catch some sleep up. There's a Stu Leonard's near there." And he said, "But I like coming east." He said, Washington, Philly, New York. He said, he made some comment about, the people around here, they sort of have it going on. Like there's something about it. And it was just such an interesting interaction. And I find that if I don't hesitate and I try to make a connection, I was in Florida visiting my mother, who's going to be 90 in February, and she lives in, if anybody's ever watched Seinfeld and they talk about Del Boca Vista, it's like a condominium, and literally, supposedly, Larry David, who's the founder, the creator of Seinfeld, like his mother lived in one of these places. And there was a guy that was had one of those backpack blowers on, and they're incredibly loud. And the guy had a baseball hat on. He had you could see his hair was like bleached from the sun. And I'm thinking to myself, this thing is so loud. I was trying to see if he had earplugs in, because I was like, I would have given him a pair of earplugs, which I have given to another guy that once came to my house. A guy from, was working and helping with the lawn a little bit, which I do most of it myself, but sometimes you need a little help. And I gave him some earplugs. Flavio, as a matter of fact, is his name. And this guy with the baseball cap, I didn't really feel like I was going to walk up to him, but I was thinking about it. It was actually my birthday. This was last December. And I'm thinking to myself, the guy was smoking a cigarette. Chances are, if he's smoking cigarettes, he probably doesn't have earplugs. Although, listen, it's a very serious addiction, and it's, people think, how can people still be smoking? But people don't realize how serious an addiction is. I actually worked for a pharmaceutical company, and I sold the original Nicoderm patch. And people thought they're going to take that patch and they're going to quit smoking immediately. It doesn't work that way, because you got to deal with the psychological aspects of wanting to smoke. The only way the patch would ever work, I would say to somebody, is if you told your patient to take the patch and put it over their mouth. Because you got to be honest about what the drug does and doesn't do. But anyway, I never did walk up to the guy. Even though I wished I had, just to, say hello and recommend. But he may have had them in. I can't really tell, because it looked like it was a little dark in his ear, but it could have been ear here. Anyway, the point is trying to make connections with people. I was parked in the Bronx recently, and a woman, literally, I was parking, and it's one of those, you either got to have the Park New York City app, or you can, sometimes the credit card works, or I don't even think they take coins anymore. This black woman walked over to me across the street, signaling me. She had like a schmatter on her head, and she basically said, here, I have an extra, my ticket hasn't expired, it has about 45 minutes on it. I was like, whoa, there is still hope for us. Anyway, that's all. Thank you.